Welcome back to Dmac Mad Gaming. I'm your host, the Mad Gamer, and here we believe gaming is a lifestyle, not a hobby. And today we're talking about Google, because Google did a press conference a couple days ago at the Game Development Conference, and they just announced that they're entering the gaming industry with a new platform, Stadia, a cloud-based gaming streaming service. And everyone kind of lost their minds. Everyone's like, "What? Google is going to be into the game industry?" And they created a gaming service. Yes, they created a gaming service. So you can buy a dedicated hardware from Google. All the hardware is going to be in their data centers. That's what they were saying in this press conference. So let me break down what they said in this conference and tell you about what's happening in the gaming community, the gaming industry. Because right now, a lot of gamers in the gaming community and gaming industry are confused because they left out a lot of they left a lot of information, a lot of information. They told us about the specs, told us how the hardware works and how developers will be able to access it, and how incredible it will be to experience games on their platform and things like that. And they're trying to promote that and try to make us believe that cloud game streaming is here now. It's not coming in the future. It's here now. And a lot of gamers in the gaming community who lost their minds. Everyone's talking about it on Twitter, on Reddit, talk about it on Facebook. Everybody's worried that cloud-based streaming is here now. It's not. It's not coming later. It is here now. So I'm making this video to kind of let you know that it's not here now, and it won't be here for maybe another 5 or 10, maybe 15 years, in my opinion. And I'm gonna explain to you why in this video. Even though Google was trying to present that with their hardware, main cloud game streaming is here now. For them, it is. You see what I'm saying? For their platform, you can stream. I mean, PlayStation has a streaming service. Xbox has a streaming service. It's not the only thing they offer. You can still buy dedicated hardware with Microsoft and Sony and Nintendo. You see what I'm saying? So, cloud-based streaming is not mainstream yet. It can be because, one, the internet infrastructure cannot handle that. It cannot handle games being streamed from a cloud. Not everyone has the same type of internet service. Not everyone has the same type of internet speed. Some people are still using dial-up. Yes, I know you don't believe me, but yes, some people are still using dial-up. Come on, Mass Gamer, I can't believe that. No one's using dial-up anymore. In some rural areas, people are still using dial-up. In some places, they don't even have internet. They have to go somewhere to get Wi-Fi and download the game. So some people can't even get internet in the area, and they can't go nowhere to get internet, and they just play retro games. The internet infrastructure is not at that level where everyone can get instant access. It's not there yet. So when Google talking about cloud-based service being their main go-to to distributing games, that's them, and that's only going to apply to those who have good internet service. I have good internet service, so does Dmac. So we may be able to check it out, but not everybody will be able to access it. Not everybody will be able to play it. And that's why I'm telling you, it's not going to be mainstream. The internet infrastructure is not going to be mainstream for anytime soon. And I know what they said in the press conference. Everybody losing their mind. Like what they said, they're going to be building data centers around the world. Yeah, they are going to be building data centers around the world, but that takes time. There's a process to that. That takes years to make these data centers where all this hardware is supposed to be held to do all this capable, crazy type of processing and everything. Come on, think logically for a second. I'm not an engineer. I'm not a game developer, or I'm not a game designer. I don't know how long it takes hardware to work, but I know it takes a long time to design and create and make something like that function. And on top of that, you have to create these buildings for this hardware to be housed at to do what you need to do to make it work the way you want to make it work. That takes time. And no matter what they was trying to tell you in the press conference, that's going to take time. Cloud-based streaming is not going to be mainstream for some years to come. That's just reality. No matter what Google was saying in the press conference, that's why I don't understand why people losing their minds. It's ludicrous to me. The internet infrastructure is not where it needs to be for cloud-based service to be mainstream. It's just not. So now let's talk about the other thing he was talking about in the press conference, how they want to create a community where game players, developers, and viewers of games, viewers that watch games are all in the same community. They're trying to make it all one community. You know how you go on YouTube to try to find certain content to help you pass a board and things like that? They want that to be all in one place. You can access it all in one swoop. Instant access. That's what they're trying to present to you, the gaming community. That with this platform, you have instant access to everything you could want to have a great gaming experience, to make great memories. If you somebody that love watching games, you'll be able to watch games. And if the game interests you so much, you can be able to access it with a push of a button. That's what they're trying to sell you, convenience. And I think it's a great idea. Who doesn't love convenience? I love convenience. I know you guys out there love convenience. I know Dmac love convenience. So it's really smart by Google on how they're trying to play this. But still, that it's not going to be mainstream. So everyone, chill out. You'll still be able to buy your own dedicated physical hardware. Okay? Even though we all know that the gaming industry is heading to a digital future where everything's going to be digital, where you will not be able to buy physical copies of or physical products for gaming. That's going to happen soon, but not now. Not for maybe another 5 or 10 years, maybe. I mean, I'm just guessing on top of my head, but it's going to still take a while for that to be mainstream, unless something happens in the next 5 or 10 years to revolutionize how internet is distributed around the world. It's going to take time, and Google knows it, and you, the gaming community, know it, and I know it. It's going to take time, so it's not going to be mainstream. So you need to calm down about that. But what Google will also trying to present in this presentation is that developers will have the type of technology that they want to make any type of game they want. There will be no restrictions. They'll be able to use multiple GPUs to create realistic environments. And they were showing it in the presentation how it will make water look so realistic and things like that. That's all cool. I love visuals. I love visuals. Who doesn't? I love that type of eye candy. And if this platform can give developers the tools to do that, that's awesome. But see, they tell us what this technology can do and everything, but they're not telling how much it's going to cost. Is it going to be a monthly fee, a yearly fee, or is it going to be free, but you just have to buy the digital content? They didn't say nothing about that, but it's supposed to be coming out this year. That's why I'm confused, guys. So many there's so many questions unanswered in this press conference, and it's supposed to be a big reveal. It's a cloud-based service. You're gonna buy a dedicated controller for the service that give you more functionality for the service than your average controller because they do support any other controller you have. Xbox controller, PlayStation controller, third-party controller that you get on eBay or whatever. It supports all them controllers and it supports keyboard and mouse. It's supposed to support any device you want to play it on. So any type of TV, laptop, desktop, tablet, phone, it's supposed to support. But I don't know about that because they didn't go into details on how that's going to work. So they left a lot of questions unanswered, and this gave us a bunch of fluff. That's how I feel that this. That's how I feel this conference was a lot of fluff. Just saying, here Google, we're Google, and we're for to step into the gaming industry ring, and we're coming out for Microsoft and PlayStation. Now they did tell us a lot of specs that at these data centers they're supposed to be able to. At these data centers, the developers will be able to access 10.7 teraflops of power. That's more than the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 Pro combined. Yeah, they got the horsepower. They got the power to make some cool, realistic games. To make some amazing games where we can have amazing experiences. I'm hyped for it. I love competition in the game industry. Competition means better games, better prices, better experiences. So it's cool good Google's entering the gaming industry. But don't think that Google's going to change it where mainstream is going to be here sooner than later because that's not going to happen. I'm telling you, it's not. And I just went over a couple of things. One thing, the internet infrastructure is not where it needs to be at for that to be mainstream. Number two, they didn't tell us the price of the price to access the software. They didn't tell us how much the controller was gonna cost. They didn't tell us we're gonna have to buy the digital content. They didn't tell us nothing like that. They didn't tell us nothing that could kind of give us a feel of what this may be. Just a lot of fluff, a lot about what it can do, how it's going to allow developers to be more creative, how it's going to allow everyone to be in the same community where developers and players and viewers will all be able to connect and interact with each other. But they already do that now with a lot of other social medias. So they didn't say anything that hasn't been going on already. They just jumping into it and going to utilize it the best way they can, in my opinion. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you think I'm wrong and that Google's going to make cloud-based streaming now mainstream now, or do you feel like I feel? Do you even want? Are you even interested in this new platform from Google? Are you interested in trying it out? Will you try it out and give you a free trial? Let me know all you guys' thoughts in the comment section below. And as always, thank you for sending it in the video. I appreciate that. Make sure the like button helps the channel. Make sure you share. That also helps out. And if you want to see more content from your boy, the Mad Gamer, make sure you hit the subscribe button and notification bell. Be notified when I upload more content. Stay safe, keep gaming. I'm out. I'll talk to you later.